Hey, and welcome back to the newly updated New Ways mod for Hearts of Iron 4. Today we play as Spain, and Spain is well known in the base game, and in Kaiserreich, and Führerreich, Red Flood, and every mod ever made for having a civil war. The main trigger for this historically was the election in February 1936, so it makes sense for it to be a little too late for the player to take control of Spain in January and completely change the outcome of things. At least in the base game, that was the idea. But now we have an alternative to the coalition that historically won, and hence a path away from the conflict. It's kind of hot. Now, as this enormously important election commences, we'll do a bunch of very specific things and react to events in particular ways to ensure that the fake Liberal Party wins the election by decreasing how angry the leftists who would have formed the Popular Front are, and ensuring that the front is unable to form, and lastly making sure that the nationalists don't automatically win by us doing that. Because if the Popular Front wins, the historical events can then play out. If the nationalists win, well, I guess they really have no need to coup the government. It would be kind of pointless if they already flat out won the election. But who knows, maybe Franco wouldn't be able to resist. But then if the centrists win, we are in new territory. Exciting, unexplored, so much room left for us to decide the fate of Spain. Well, kind of centrist. The guy who was in power just stays in power by some strange means that also involve having to release Catalonia in the Basque country. This doesn't mean things are easy though. Everybody still hates us. It's just that there's a possibility of success here. And honestly, there could be a possibility of success too with the other paths of avoiding Franco's little fiasco, but I don't know. I don't think so with the Popular Front. And so now we're going to give autonomy to everybody that wants autonomy. They can do their own focuses. They have the generic tree, but notably these other two puppets have their own unique focus trees. Catalonia specifically can cause us a lot of problems depending on what they decide to do. Okay, and other places asking for autonomy, we will continue to give everybody who wants autonomy. And Valencia too has their own unique focus tree. It's a little small, but I don't know, maybe more of it will appear later on. And in addition to Catalonia and Basque country, this is the most realistic request for autonomy, so they get autonomy too. And things have settled down for now. No new places have asked for autonomy yet, and notably they're just asking for autonomy. It's not like we're losing these areas, they're still puppets. I believe they can still be reintegrated later on too if we so desire, though when they're independent they can get more factories than they would be able to if they are directly owned by us, so there is some advantage to them all being separate. Like, these areas don't have many factories anyways, so this is a pretty decent compromise to avoid any conflict. And we just finished two focuses here that alienate us from the left. And remember, the majority of people in Spain right now support the left, so that is a little scary. It might not be a very smart move, but it's the move that we have to make today. There's also been a disagreement with Calvo Sotelo, and we of course must deal with the communist who had this disagreement with him. We'll create a powerful centrist country at long last, a centrist utopia in Spain without any sort of conflict. And Otto was crowned in Hungary, and this mod especially gives Austria-Hungary an amazing focus tree, and you can form Austria-Hungary as Austria in this mod. I know it's crazy forming Austria-Hungary as Austria. Well, I think you can. And now with our political situation dealt with, we'll have to manage our economy, our navy, our planes, our army, and most importantly, we'll have to make an alliance. Only one of these is technically an alliance, the alliance with Portugal, but we can improve relations significantly with France or Italy, making a trade deal with them, though it doesn't really matter too much, really. Unless one of them happened to get involved in a long, drawn-out world disagreement disagreement and need a lot of raw resources, though we don't really have that many raw resources to give them anyways. Looks like right now France is led by the People's Front, which seems like they would be good friends with the Popular Front should it have been allowed to form. And people want us to cancel the state of emergency. They're mad about our increased presidential powers, you know, these emergency disagreements time powers that we've had for a very long time now. So some aggressiveness will increase. Also, I should mention, we've been given 3 free civilian factories from Galicia. It's kind of nice. I really like Galicia. The event might have just been bugged and fired 3 times, but either way, maybe it'll fire again 4th time. Wouldn't that be something? That would be quite the treat. I already love them. Our relationship could get even closer. Maybe we could integrate them. I don't know. The day of unity. By our victory, we prevented a civil war. This is a great day for the fake liberal party. We have done it. We have saved Spain. We may have divided it a little bit into some extra new semi-autonomous regions, but we did it. We will be happy. It's been too long. And there's some clashes in Madrid, but don't worry, we prevented the civil war, so there's nothing to worry about. Oh, anarchist rising? So there have been some uprisings, but there hasn't been a civil war, so yeah, it's not that bad. Well, this is what I call not a civil war. Definitely not. Or even are we? Who even are we? At least we have our own focus tree. That's pretty cool, and it's as big as vanilla Italy's focus tree. And Catalonia has 10 times the amount of deployed manpower and has surrounded us and is about to wipe us off the face of the earth. But also, Catalonia asks to resolve the political crisis. They want some help, so we can help them and give them some manpower, or we have a lot of our own problems, which right now, we kind of have a lot of our own problems to deal with, you know, fighting Catalonia, so we can't really give Catalonia manpower. Okay, so to fix the situation with Catalonia, I'm going to try to encircle them by taking this tile. There we go. Now they're encircled, so this is kind of embarrassing for them, as long as Valencia doesn't let them get unencircled. So right now, the Spanish nationalists control the majority of the country since they defeated the communists. The fake liberal party controls the south, but yeah, they're probably gonna lose. You did a great job, though, stopping the civil war. I'm still very impressed. Looks like Galicia obviously is going to do pretty good in the north, and Catalonia has become anarchist. Not surprising. Valencia is also doing well. Of course, all the countries that existed for a year before this are doing pretty good. So we're doing a great job against Catalonia. We're trading about 10-1, which is pretty good on the defensive. We have a good national spirit to give us some extra defense since we're so much weaker than everybody else. Also, we're going to buy some materials. I think I'm gonna buy some support equipment because I can't make support equipment myself. I don't have any military factories. I'll at least have one after this focus that I can use to make some guns. And we're working right now to deploy 4 new divisions, which will be a big boost to our nation. So regular Spain has now joined the Alliance of the Empires, and they're at war with us, so that means that we might be at war with Portugal, Italy, and Austria, or I think this was Hungary originally. Italy also gave the entire state of Latium to the Vatican, so reversing some Italian unification progress. We're not allowed to join factions, which I assumed Spain shouldn't have been allowed to join factions either. But either way, I'm sure things will work out for us. We've already taken more territory. We have more divisions. We're slowly buying guns on the foreign market to get more. We have 2 mills now, which is great. Only if we could take Catalonia and get their 6 or 7 mills. Well, Franco has now lost. Italy is getting taken over. Portugal, you know, they had a good chance to get involved in this thing and do something, but no, they just got taken out. We still exist though, barely. They've been consistently attacking into us for a while now, but we finally are holding. I'm trying to replace these terrible militia brigades we've been using with regular divisions that have at least a little artillery in them. They're still not amazing or even normal divisions, I'd say, but they're still better than the militia divisions. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't think think we can win this, but I still want to see what happens here. Like, what happens when some like a regional area of Spain takes over the entire country? Well, here's our chance to take out Catalonia. They've completely encircled us now and are distracted, taking over the failing Valencia. And I don't know if we can capitulate Catalonia by taking their capital, but we can at least cause some issues for them. And now we just got 6 new factories. We'll just have to make more terrible militia, even though we've spent the entire time trying to replace it. And notably too, everybody involved in this existed before the Civil War started. I mean, before this party of countries that aren't in a civil war started fighting. We're the only one that was spawned in by the event that started things. And luckily we're about done now. There are only 2 other guys left here, and I don't think either of them are particularly powerful. Yeah, they both have 3 to 19 divisions, and we have 19 divisions, and we're not the ones stuck in the middle, so I feel like we should win this here. Okay, now it's just a 1v1. Oh, it definitely seemed like they had more divisions than they should have had, and that's because they also joined a faction. Yeah, there's a very small chance that I'm gonna go all the way over to there, so yeah, I think that's where we're gonna end it for today. It's kind of annoying that they joined that faction, but this isn't a civil war or anything, at least, according to that event. Anyways, that's all for today. I have another New Ways video if you haven't watched that one yet, and I'll see you all next time.